Much we love diving deep into these competition shows, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And this one really takes the cake.
It does.
Twin tactics.
Yeah.
100 pairs of identical twins.
I mean, God.
$250,000 on the line.
Talk about high stakes, right?
Yeah. So today we're gonna try and figure out what happens when your ultimate teammate is also like your biggest competition.
Oh, wow.
It is. Like, how do you navigate that, right?
Yeah.
The strategy, the trust, and then the emotional fallout.
Right.
Like, imagine having to vote your own twin out of the game.
Oh, I can't even.
So let's just start with like the sheer scale of this thing.
Okay.
100 twin pairs.
Right from the get-go, you know it's going to be intense.
Intense. It's like, bam, instant drama.
And what's really fascinating here is that, like, the show isn't just about these, like, physical challenges, you know?
Right.
It forces these twins to really leverage their bond.
They're like unique twin bond.
Yeah, in ways that, I mean, we don't really see anywhere else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, for example, that challenge in, I think it was episode 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Where they had to solve that puzzle blindfolded. Totally relying on, like, verbal communication with their twin.
Talk about pressure.
I mean, I would be losing my mind.
Yeah. But it actually, like, it shows you how important that communication is, right?
Yeah.
And, like, that almost telepathic connection that some twins have.
Okay.
I mean, in that challenge specifically, the teams that, you know, actually did well were the ones that could really, like, anticipate their twins' needs and communicate super clearly, even when, you know, they were stressed out of their minds.
So, okay, so you're telling me there's actually, like, strategy involved in winning this thing?
Oh, absolutely.
I kind of thought it was just like, you know, pure luck of the draw, whichever twin, you know.
I mean, luck definitely plays a role,
Yeah.
you know? But there are definitely some patterns you start to see as you watch. In fact, one of the sources we looked at actually categorized the twin strategies into 2 main types.
Okay. Break it down for me.
Collaborative and competitive.
Okay. What's the difference?
So collaborative twins, they really, like, prioritize that twin bond above everything.
Okay.
They work together, they share resources, they might even, like, sacrifice their own position to try and help their twin get ahead.
Wow.
Yeah, but then you got the competitive twins.
Okay.
And they're much more focused on, like, winning for themselves.
Okay.
Individual game, they're willing to take big risks, even if it means, like, betraying their twin.
Right.
It gets... Yeah.
So, like, some twins are all about, we're in this together.
Yeah.
And the others are like every twin for themselves.
Right.
That's going to cause some, like, serious friction.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And actually, the data really backs that up. The teams that were, like, purely collaborative, they were statistically less likely to make it to those final rounds.
Wow.
Yeah. The most successful twins, they seem to find, like, a balance.
Oh, okay.
You know, cooperating when it made sense, but not being afraid to, like, make a tough decision when they needed to.
All right. That makes sense. That makes sense. But let's talk about, like, the emotional side of this for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine having to vote your own twin out of the competition?
They're brutal.
I mean, I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Yeah, it definitely raises some, like, really complex questions.
For sure.
About, like, morality and loyalty and all of that.
Yeah.
One study, they actually interviewed contestants after the show had ended.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of them talked about really struggling with, like, feelings of guilt and betrayal, even if their twin, you know, understood why they had done it.
Oof, that's heavy.
It is.
It really makes you think about, like, the long-term impact on their relationship, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, it highlights this tension, you know?
Yeah.
Between competition and, like, your personal relationships.
Right.
And that's a dilemma that, I mean, a lot of us can probably relate to in some way, right?
Yeah.
Even if the stakes aren't quite as high.
Right.
Like, have you ever, you know, had to choose between, like, helping a friend out or going after something that you really wanted?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's tough.
It's tough. It's
Right.
tough. But, I mean, you know, on the other hand, you got to think about the prize money here.
Oh, yeah.
$250,000.
Life-changing for a lot of these contestants.
Right, exactly. It's easy to sit here and kind of, like, judge from the outside.
Yeah, for sure.
But when you're actually in the middle of it all, the pressure must be unbelievable.
I mean, I can't even imagine. But, it's not always just about the money either, right?
Oh, right.
Like, remember that story from, I think it was one of the articles we read about the winning twins? They used their prize money to help their parents pay off their mortgage.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Like, it just shows you that for a lot of these people, the motivation, it goes way beyond just, like, winning.
Yeah, that's really heartwarming, actually.
It is.
So, I mean, we've seen it all here. Teamwork, strategy, and, like, this just incredibly powerful bond between twins.
All colliding in this, like, crazy competition.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating, almost like a social experiment.
It really is. It is.
It's a question, like, how far would you go to win?
Yeah.
Would you put your loyalty to, like, your closest confidant first? Or would the money be, like, just too tempting?
Right.
It's a tough question.
It is a tough question. And, here's the thing that I keep thinking about.
Yeah.
What if the roles were reversed? What if it was your twin making those tough decisions?
Oh, wow.
Would you understand? Would it create, like, this rift between you?
Yeah.
I mean, food for thought, right?
Definitely something to think about.
Something to think about.